Hello everyone, welcome to ADTU Unplugged, an official podcast series of MIT Art Design and Technology University. Dear viewers, over 80% of world trade is carried by sea, and this field is vital for international connectivity and economic growth. Maritime studies equip individuals with the expertise to manage, operate, and innovate within this global industry. And therefore, it's very important to have a person who has deep understanding in this particular field. So we welcome Captain Prerit Mishra, who is the principal and head of the Maharashtra Academy of Naval Education and Training, also known as MANET, who has more than 30 years of rich sailing experience in maritime industry. He is a seasoned maritime professional who has held a key leadership role at sea and ashore, demonstrating deep expertise in navigation, operations, and maritime training. So we welcome you, sir. Welcome to this podcast. So, sir, my first question to you, and it's a very general question that people have, that is, what is the difference between merchant navy and Indian Navy?
Indian Navy is more defense oriented for protection, and merchant navy is for the carriage of goods, like you said. So 90% of goods are carried by sea, all types of different goods, dry, wet, everything possible.
Right. So, sir, how MANET stand out among the maritime institutes in India?
We have a very good reputation. As you know, we've just finished 25 years of MANET, so we have a very good reputation. Our demand is very strong because our placement is very strong. We have at least the top 30 companies in India all visiting us. So, yeah, we are very well reputed and a demand institute.
Right. So, you talked about the career opportunities. So, can you just brief us about what career opportunities students have in MANET?
Broadly, we have two streams, which is the BTech and BSc. So, if you take the nautical stream, the last post on board is to captain, the highest rank. For the engineering stream, you end up with a chief engineer. But that is only as far as you're sailing. Even after that, there are a lot of options ashore, technical side, in companies, in education, like we are. So the sky is the limit, and given the the current government thrust on maritime, Sagarmala, etc., the port sector, the opportunity is immense in this sector.
Right. So would you like to throw some light on the admission process at MANET?
Yeah, we have certain strict eligibility criteria which is set out by DG Shipping. So that is available online on our website. Then we have our own internal procedures, our own internal tests, our own interviews, etc. So we try to keep increasing the bar depending on the strength of the admissions.
Right. So, sir, what advice would you like to give our students who want to have their career in merchant navy?
I'd say I'd highly recommend it, but it's not for everyone. It's a difficult profession. You need to be tough mentally and physically, but it's a very rewarding and it's a grand profession. So, if you have what it takes, I'd highly recommend the profession.
Right. So, would you like to give some advice to parents who are considering sending their students to MANET? Any piece of advice?
Again, it depends individual to individual, but if your son or daughter has it, please do, we recommend highly that you do, take admission MANET. We have almost 100 girls now. So there's a huge thrust in the girl sector. The percentage of girls is very low, and there's a lot of thrust there. The government is giving scholarships to the girls, etc. So a huge potential for all concerned.
Right. So the parents are also worried about what's happening globally right now, in the Strait of Hormuz and all. So they are also worried about their children.
Yeah.
So any other advice, like what are the challenges in this particular field?
Yeah. See, now again, when things don't work, then people realize the importance of the field. Otherwise, it's an invisible industry. So the challenges are huge, again, mentally, physically. So the amount of stress people are going through there. So like I said, if you're capable of taking it, it's very rewarding. Otherwise, no. There are a lot of options open.
Right.
So it all depends on the composition mentally and physically of the particular person.
Yes. So what is the role of DG Shipping in this particular field? What do they exactly do, so that it will be, if you can just throw some light on it?
Yeah, it's very important. They're in fact changing the nomenclature from DG Shipping to cover the entire, shipping ambit. So basically, as far as we are concerned, specifically, they regulate the training. So we have to follow them completely. And DG shipping in India is we've signed all international sort of regulations. So we basically are following international regulations. We cannot follow the local regulations because our cadets are eligible to sail worldwide.
Right.
So we have to follow DG shipping. DG shipping is, they follow the international regulations. So that's how it works.
So, sir, what opportunities students have at MANET when it comes to holistic development? Do we have some courses which develop their overall personality?
Yeah, in fact, that's very, very important because, like we said, you need a rounded personality for sailing, not just technical is, say, I'd say 50%, and 50% is mental and physical resilience, fortitude, things like that. So, again, we are lucky being part of the university. As you know, we have SCIL, SHD, you all, which, sort of round off the cadets, including make them at the end stage, interview ready, little polish. So, a lot of things work here in our favor, which other institutes don't have.
Right. So, sir, what is the importance of mental health in this particular field?
Critical is very, very important. In fact, now it's become the maybe most important thing out at sea. So, again, because of all these stresses and the peculiar nature of the job,
right.
Isolation, all those kind of things, mental health is extremely important. We give a lot of focus on that.
Okay. So, that is the end of this particular session. Thank you very much, sir, for being here with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.